Okay guys, it's Tuesday and we're going to get into tip time where we take a deep dive into your questions. I didn't include this segment as part of the last edit of the Sunday Glide, so thought I'd trial it out on its own here today. Let me know what you think, and also if you have any suggestions for future segments of tip time, please drop them in the comments below. But let's dive into it. So the question that I had today was from Greg, and he was essentially asking, for an intermediate surfer, what do you work on first? Do you try cross-stepping? Do you try turning? Do you try nose riding? What's the sort of order that we should progress through these with? And I think as a basis, what we need to really make sure we're doing is firstly focusing on small turns and little turns, not so much carving maneuvers, but more so knowing how to make fine adjustments of your board so that you can position yourself on the wave correctly. If you're staying really low and you can't get yourself up to the top of the wave, or vice versa, we're not able to put ourselves in the position on the wave that we need to in order to execute these maneuvers properly. So it is really, really important to make sure that we get our turning down pat first. So again, this will look like just small little adjustments from the tail, coming up the wave, down the wave, and being able to turn left and right pretty confidently. Once we've got that, we can do that comfortably, we've got a really good foundation that can then allow us to move forwards and progress to some of these more high level, things. So moving on from that, if you're able to dictate or maneuver your position on the wave pretty well and pretty confidently, this is where I would then start to focus on cross-stepping, but maybe not cross-stepping in the sense that you might think of it. Cross-stepping has a few different, roles as a part of our longboarding. Yes, we can use cross-stepping to get to the nose as a way to nose ride. But what I really like to think about cross-stepping is a kind of a key to access all of these different areas of the board. So through cross-stepping, we can smoothly, in a controlled manner, access the middle of the board, the tail, as well as the nose, and we can move ourselves smoothly between those different areas of the board. Because of course, if we're trying to turn in the middle of the board, that's not going to work. If we're trying to gain speed on the tail, that's not going to work. So we do need to make sure we can use cross steps effectively for that. So after you've gotten those little adjustments through the turns, this is when we're really going to focus on making sure we can cross step from the middle of the board to the tail, and from the tail to the middle. That'd be the second thing that I'd probably focus on. Once you've got these, areas, and you're really, really confident with them, you'll be able to dictate your position on the wave really, really nicely. So you won't be stuck in one section of the wave, which means that you won't be held back through sections, or you won't be in the wrong spot for whatever turn or nose ride you're trying to do. And also you'll be on the right part of the board. So we've got the right part of the wave and the right part of the board. Once you're confident with this is when we need to take that cross-stepping up a level and make sure that we're actually confident cross-stepping to and from the nose. As a general rule, I think unless you have your cross-stepping down to a really fine art where you can, in a controlled way and really precisely move back and forth from the nose, I think it's really hard to work on nose riding itself, because if you're trying to, focus on extending out your nose rides or get into more of the high level things with your nose riding, and you can't come back from the nose properly, I think, it's just something that causes a lot of issues and a lot of problems. So we need to make sure that our cross steps to and from the nose are really, really good. And then once we've ticked all of those things off, that's when I'd be focusing on your nose riding. So you can position yourself correctly on the wave, on the board, you can move up and down the board really nicely, and now we can start to focus on our nose riding as a last step. And then I suppose with that last step, you'd also be starting to consider your more drawn out, critical, tighter and powerful turns as well. So your high level kind of nose riding, learning to do that, and then your high level turns are going to be the last things to really focus on there. Anyway, it's starting to rain here, so I'm going to wrap this up. But let me know what you think of having this segment by itself. It's supposed to be just a pretty free-flowing chat, answering your questions. So if you have any questions for future edits of the tip time segment, please just let me know. We're going to take a deep dive into those, and really looking forward to that. And other than that, we've got the Sunday glide coming up again on Sunday, so that's still going to happen. I'm getting rained on here, so I'll end this up, but I'll hopefully show you here just exactly what I'm in front of. I'm still at Manly, and we've got some pretty nice waves coming through. The World Tour Longboard finals are just about to start, so I'm just going to go watch those now, hopefully under some cover. Alright, hope you guys are having a good day, getting some waves, and we'll see you soon. Phew.